It's Tuesday, which of course means more Let's Talk Tuesdays. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are 1 week away from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which is shaping up to be a pretty decent show. I'm kind of looking forward to it, surprisingly. We're coming off what I thought was a pretty good episode of Raw, so without further ado, let's dive straight into your questions. So this first one comes from RJ Cowart. That's an interesting name. Who do you think will win and take on Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match between Orton versus Cena? Well, personally, I would like to see Orton win because I've been gunning for an Orton versus Lesnar feud for a long time, as you guys know. But honestly, I think WWE are going to go with Cena versus Lesnar again. And from what we saw on Raw, how Seth Rollins did the curb stomp to Randy Orton, it seems pretty clear to me that they are going to do a Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins feud after Hell in a Cell, and that would probably mean that Dean Ambrose may win or may kind of get the bragging rights. Say Seth Rollins will probably lose in like a really cheap fashion. Maybe Randy Orton will get involved and get his revenge somehow, something like that, and cost Seth Rollins the match to allow Ambrose to win, and then Ambrose can get his revenge and move on to something else. So that allows Orton and Rollins to start their feud. And I think Randy Orton will probably turn face from that. So I think it will be Cena and Lesnar again, but will it happen at Survivor Series? I hope so, but I don't think so. I think from the rumors, it seems as though they're going to wait till the Royal Rumble, which I think is stupid. I think you can get away with having a match at Survivor Series, then missing TLC, and then having another one at Royal Rumble, but missing 3 straight pay-per-views, that's pretty bad. So miss Hell in a Cell, fine with that. Miss Survivor Series, yeah, I'm not happy with that. And missing TLC again, yeah. So I think it's going to be Cena and Lesnar and Orton versus Rollins coming in the future. This next one comes from Dynamite Jordan 07. What are your thoughts on Mick Foley returning to Raw? Well, pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting it, as I probably say majority of us weren't expecting it. And you know, it was cool. I mean, we see Mick Foley every now and then, maybe once a year, I guess. And I mean, it was kind of cool. I mean, he put over both the guys in there, and it was, it was a pretty cool segment. And Mick Foley was good on the mic, like usual. And I enjoyed his work, and I really enjoyed Raw because it had a lot of long talking promos, didn't it? It was a very promo-heavy show, and the show was just based around 4 guys the whole time. So it was an interesting show. The whole show was just built around the 2 main events, and they had some really long promos from both of them. So yeah, Foley was good. It was a good dynamic to add, and I mean, he is the Hell in a Cell expert, quote unquote. So I think it was a good fit, and it was a good reason for him to come back, and it gave him something to do and something to work with. So I'm happy that he did come back for this one-off appearance, and I'm kind of surprised because I thought Foley and the WWE were on bad terms, but it seems as though they've patched things up. This one is from Adam. Do you think Lesnar is ruining WWE pay-per-views and just WWE in general by never being there? I don't think so. I mean, like I said earlier, if Lesnar misses Survivor Series and TLC and we have to wait till the Royal Rumble, that's a bit of a problem for me. I don't like that. But if Lesnar misses Hell in a Cell, but is there at Survivor Series and has a big match up there, I guess even if it is against Cena for the 3rd match, I mean, I'm happy with that. And if he misses TLC, I'm okay. But if he misses Survivor Series, I really don't like that. And Lesnar, in my opinion, doesn't have to be on WWE all the time. It's special seeing Lesnar come out, and him not being in wrestling on Raw is good. It's a good idea, and him being on Raw every week would just kind of lose his appeal and wouldn't be as special. So I really don't mind, to be honest with you. I just don't like the fact that supposedly the rumor is that he won't appear at all until the Royal Rumble, which is crazy. That's really bad if he's still champion. So as long as he's there at Survivor Series, I'm okay. And if he's not, well, then we've got some problems, in my opinion. Another one from Dynamite Jordan 07. Your thoughts on the Hell in a Cell match card? Well, the 2 main events, the 2 Hell in a Cell matches are great. I mean, we've seen Cena and Orton so many times, but honestly, I don't know, I'm okay with seeing it. Ambrose and Rollins, to me, is the true main event, and I'm really excited for that match. So that's really the one match that's kind of piqued my interest. But the mid-card matches, I mean, Sheamus and Miz, that'll be okay. Would be pretty cool, though, if Sandow replaces The Miz instead, and we have Sandow wrestle instead of the Miz, and then Mizdow actually goes on to win the US title. That'd be kind of cool. And you know, you could even set up a feud between Mizdow and the Miz. You know, the stunt double becomes better and, you know, more popular than the main actor itself. So Mizdow could turn face from there and get a push. So that'd be cool. And Ziggler and Cesaro, that'll be just a good match. I think you could probably expect 15 minutes from that. So I think those two guys will tear the house down. The tag team match will probably open the show, and I think that'll be a good starter to the show like usual, but I don't really care all that much for it. The two Divas matches, yeah, who cares? I mean, the AJ and Paige match we've seen so many times. It's just another one. I'm just starting to lose. I've lost all interest in AJ Lee. I don't care for her at all. Paige, I like Paige more than AJ Lee now. That's saying something. Paige is growing on me a lot. The Bellas match, I think, is going to be, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully, they just get it over and done with. I think Brie Bella will win and just finish it off. So, Rusev and Big Show, that'll be okay. I think Rusev will win that, and I will put my full prediction videos up on my second channel, BrendenSSIMS, in the coming days. A few days for Hell in a Cell. I'll put them all up there for you guys to see. So make sure you keep an eye out for that and subscribe to that channel, and the link to that will be in the description down below. Nicholas Rajak, he asks, what are your thoughts about Daniel Bryan maybe not returning until after WrestleMania 31? Well, look, WWE really could use Daniel Bryan a lot right now. I think Daniel Bryan would be a really good asset to them right now, as well as Roman Reigns. They really are missing those two at the moment. So, Daniel Bryan maybe not returning until WrestleMania 31 really will hurt the main event card a lot, just to kind of spice things up a little bit, and they really do need stars. They really miss CM Punk, they really miss Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns was just solidifying himself as a top guy as well, so they really do miss those guys. And it leaves a big hole in the card, and it's really showing right now. I mean, having to do Cena and Orton again just to... You know, really the only reason why they're doing that is because they have nobody else to face. You know, probably would be Orton and Reigns, or Orton, maybe Cena and, I don't know, maybe not, but Cena and Reigns. I don't know, there's so many other combinations they could do, but they don't have those options available to them because, you know, there's no one else. They're really limited because there's only probably 4 legitimate top guys that they can actually use right now, which is the big problem with the WWE. So, Daniel Bryan not being around till WrestleMania 31 sucks. I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan, but I think the WWE could really use his services right now badly. This one is from Best in Class Gaming. If you could bring back one tag team from the past and they have a match, which tag team should return? I think that's what he meant. It's a really poorly worded question, sorry. I would like to see Team 3D have a match back in the WWE. I think one last run. I mean, if the New Age Outlaws can get one last run and they were awful, Team 3D, who can still go, deserve a run. The Hardy Boys, obviously, they're still relatively young. You know, Jeff Hardy, I think, is only 37, so I think Hardy could come back as a singles guy full-time and be a main event guy. That would be good. But I think the Hardys, I could see them coming back for another run. It's probably really about it. I don't think they would be interested in anybody else. There's no really other legendary tag teams still going around that can still go. So, Team 3D or the Hardys for me. This one is from Bullet Sky O'Connor. Do you think the Wolves have done enough to make Edge and Christian proud by putting on 4 great matches against the Hardys and the Dudleys? Well, yeah, probably. I mean, those guys really tore it up on TNA. It was probably the only redeeming factor, in my opinion, about TNA in the past couple of months. And I've checked out some of the matches. I haven't got around to that Full Metal Mayhem match. I really want to see it, but they've been pretty good. It's good to see, and it was kind of cool to see the young tag team go over, and I think that was a good reason to do it. I mean, these guys want to prove that they are better than these legendary tag teams, and you know, it was a good storyline behind it. I think it was a really well done kind of feud, and it was good to see, you know, good to see the Wolves being highlighted and being pushed as heavily as they were. So kudos to TNA for using the Hardys and the Dudleys right there. I think that was a good move, and they really put on a great list of tag team matches, because obviously, you know, the Hardys and the Dudleys have got so much chemistry and, you know, so much history. It's just great to see them in action. And you know, you put the Wolves in there as well, that young tag team that can do a lot of the great spots. So it just really made for great entertainment, a really great set of matches. So really, really good stuff. And like I said, one of the better things that TNA has been doing in recent times. This one is from Bailey14. Should Ziggler and Sheamus drop the titles at Hell in a Cell? Honestly, I think so. I think Ziggler as an IC champion just does nothing for nobody. I think he doesn't really need the belt, to be honest with you. Cesaro could probably use the belt and need the belt a lot more. But I don't know what they're doing with Cesaro. They're just so up and down with him. I just can't see him winning it. And I always liked The Miz as champion. I thought he was a really good Intercontinental champion. And like I said earlier, I think if they do the dynamic where they have Mizdow compete instead of the Miz, I think that would be epic, and, you know, that can start a rivalry from there. And Sheamus as the US champion, it just does nothing for the belt. It's just a waste of everybody's time. Nobody cares for him. He's not over. It's just, yeah, he sucks. So I don't like Sheamus. So I think he should drop the belt. I could live with Ziggler not having it, with Ziggler keeping it and Cesaro not having it, but I think the Miz or Sandow or Mizdow should beat Sheamus at least. Today's final question is from Ross Atkinson. What other sports do you watch? Well, I like basketball. I have a season coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm a Miami Heat fan, as you guys know, from my NBA My GM Mode series. I love cricket. That's probably my favorite sport out of all. And the summer is just coming about, so the cricket season is starting to get into gear. So I'm really, really excited for that. And I love rugby league, which just ended. So once rugby league finishes, cricket season starts, and now I've only just started getting into basketball in the past couple of years, but it's really coming one of my favorite sports. But it's so hard to kind of follow it in Australia because it's on at like 10 AM in the morning most games. If it's in the, I think it's the West Coast, they're on at like 12 AM, 1 PM, so it's not too bad, but most of the time you have to be up relatively early, and the coverage, you have to go online and find streams online to watch it, so it's a bit difficult to follow it, but it's a great sport, and I love the playing NBA 2K15, which kind of got me into the sport in the first place, for playing the video game. So I haven't actually watched all that much of basketball on TV, so to say, but I love playing the video game, and my goal is to watch more NBA this summer, well, you guys, your winter. So this new season coming about, my goal is to really watch a lot of NBA and really get into the sport a lot more. So that will do it for today's Let's Talk Tuesdays. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more from me. Make sure to leave your questions for next week's episode in the comment section down below or over at the forums, and the link to that will be in the description down below. And as well as that, obviously, BrendenSSIMS, go and subscribe to that channel. I do plan on uploading some Hell in a Cell predictions and giving my match previews for all of them, just speaking a few minutes on each match and diving into a little bit of discussion on what I think is going to happen, and perhaps some ideas and things on how they should go about it, and some things they should probably do for the future as well. So check that out, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next Tuesday.